I went looking for some answers about the flawed system and its costs. Brian is here. What did you find out?
Wolf, as you know, the Obamacare website has been beset with problems, glitches, since virtually the moment it came online, people not being able to log on, getting booted off. So we pressed the administration's point man on the healthcare sign-up. His name is David Seamus, White House Deputy Senior Advisor for Communications and Strategy.
Folks are working 24/7 to address and to isolate problems people are going through and others aren't, and it's not acceptable, which is why they are working across the clock, both with hardware and with software.
But many argue you had many months to get this booted up and to really perfect it. Why then still so many problems?
So we went through a testing period, and during the testing period to identify problems, create a punch list, fix those things. The president said from the beginning, with a site like this, of course there are going to be glitches. But let's understand why there was the initial problem. We had 250,000 concurrent users at one time. I mean, just for perspective, Medicare.gov in a given month has 5 million unique visitors. This in the first 3 days had 8.6 million unique visitors, which speaks to the demand.
But was there a design flaw? One independent expert, Russ Reeder, who designs websites for major corporations, had his engineers analyze Healthcare.gov, and he said it doesn't work at the most basic levels.
Just from the highest level, looking at the code on the website, it was, to be honest with you, it was pretty sloppy. I mean, there was still test code in there. There was a number of times that the website would have to go back and hit the server and then come back with too much information. It was just inefficient.
I'll let other people speak to the efficiency of coding. Here's what I know. Prior to October 1st, if someone who was uninsured or in the individual market wanted to buy insurance, usually it was a mailed-in application with about 30 pages, 7 pages of underwriting, only to find out 2 or 3 weeks later whether or not you're one of the 1 in 5 people who were denied or your premiums were jacked up.
How much did it cost to pay the contractor to set up this website?
So I'll refer you back to CMS and HHS for those numbers.
Was it over $100 million?
Brian, just refer you to them for the numbers.
Okay. We haven't been able to get hard numbers from those agencies, but according to a government accountability report issued over the summer, they paid nearly $90 million through March this year. They've obviously paid more since then. Then there's the potential cybersecurity threat. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Mike Rogers says with all the personal information like your Social Security number, tax information, and other data you'll have to put into this healthcare database, it's a magnet for hackers, he says. What about the cybersecurity?
Built with the highest security standards. That's what this website was built upon. And so it's pretty clear that the standards that are put in place meet the highest and most exacting security standards, and we're comfortable with that.
Now back to the usability question. I asked Seamus, what would he say to me if I was an average user who hasn't been able to log on to Healthcare.gov or who's been booted off, and if I'm about to give up? He said, keep on going back, call a help center, and understand there is a 6-month period to sign up. It will continue to improve, he said.
All right, Brian, thanks very much. I want to go